Maybe that's a little better. What's good? What's good? Dwayne Browser. What's up, fellas? Top Flight 409 in the house. Manual Trio. Big Dan. Big Splat on the. Throw it up against the wall. See if it sticks, baby. That's what my man. We're here to talk Earl Thomas. Yeah, I know. I was turning it down. I just give a little bump for the music there for a little bit. Let me get this pause, baby. Let me get these people in here. Let's see who's in here. Let's get this rolling. All right. Mute that. We got some. We got some double sound effects going here. Let me get this cut. I didn't. Still getting the studio set up, guys, here in Manama, Bahrain. It's your war daddy. Man, I'm excited. I haven't been excited since the season started about doing videos. I was tired of hearing about Dak Prescott. I was tired of hearing about this, that, and the other thing. Nothing was going on. We got news, guys. I really, really think I had fallen off the Earl Thomas train for many reasons last year. First of all, the injury he had and things like that. Right now, Earl Thomas, I think, is in a point where he needs to come home. If you watch my video I made about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, he needs to settle down. He needs to relax. And I think he wants to come home to mama, if that makes sense. He wants to come home where his family is in Texas, get his life straight, and play some football. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's where I think we are with the Earl Thomas thing. There's a lot of reasons that push him to Dallas. Let me hit the chat here. Hey, Crunk, how are you, man? What's up, Dan, the man Cuttingham in the house? Aaron Elias, what's up, bro? I hadn't seen you in a while. I know I've kind of been out. Great video, Crunk. We need him, baby. Bro, seriously, there's no other reason. Right now, Earl Thomas needs home. He's got issues. There's some things going on. He wasn't happy in Baltimore. Baltimore has kind of similar weather to Seattle. It's cold in the winter. It's kind of gloomy. It's just not a great setting for Earl Thomas, a guy who loves Austin, Texas. He loves Dallas. He loves, that's his city, Austin. He was training down there last year when we were looking at all these videos and trying to get him, into the Cowboys last year. And as soon as the Ravens dropped that big price tag on him, it was kind of over. You could kind of read the numbers on the wall. This year it's different. You don't see anyone dropping that price tag. Also, the season, a lot of teams have got their season locked in. They're kind of settling into, let's get practice rolling. Let's do these things. We're one of the few teams that just lost a major player. Losing our defensive lineman this week. See, this is why I get upset about not being able to do videos every day. Losing our defensive lineman this week. We picked up that salary back. We were probably Gerald McCoy. Yeah, sorry guys, very sorry. Losing Gerald McCoy this week has put us in a situation where we were probably looking for something anyways. So now you have that situation. They just redesigned and rescheduled Tyron Smith's contract, so that did loosen up a little bit of money there as well. So we're sitting in a position we could get it done. Not that has anything to do with it. I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about directly talking about Earl Thomas and what he needs. I don't think he's going to worry about money this time around. He went to Seattle. He went that way because they offered him, a flat out excellent deal. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy in Seattle. He was getting paid, but he wanted more. That's why he moved on. And I think he's realizing at this point in time in his career, he needs to go somewhere that he's going to be happy. And the reason I think he'll be happy with the Cowboys is, if you guys aren't aware, he's probably one of the biggest Cowboy fans there is out there. He used to literally leave practice and leave games if the Cowboys were playing on a Monday night or Thursday night or Sunday night and there was any kind of function with the Seattle Seahawks during the day. He would be like, hey guys, I got to roll, man. The Cowboys play tonight. I got to get home. So that was what was going on in Seattle. That was why when he came to, try to get with the Cowboys, there was a huge perception that the deal was done. The thing is, Jerry Jones is not going to make that deal happen. What's up, Cowboys X Factor in the house? Hadn't seen anybody in a while, but we're trying to make a little comeback here. This is a type situation I like to get into because I wasn't on I was 50-50 on the ET train 2 years ago. And then last year after the injury and he had the free agency, I said, hey, we can't do this. We can't just step out there and make this move when he's just had this injury. I don't think it's the right time to do it. And then, lo and behold, the Baltimore Ravens come along and pay him all that money that we wouldn't have paid him. So the thing is, right now is this. Everything lines up for him to come to the Cowboys. And what I mean by that is our money situation is okay. Earl Thomas is in a situation. He's just got so much crap going on. He needs to go home. Want ET, but want him to accept his role, show up, keep his. Dan Blatt, 100%, bro. He would be the first one in the locker room. He'd be the last one to leave. I mean, if he left the locker rooms to go watch games in Seattle, as soon as practice was over, he was running out. He was getting in his car and squalling tires to the house so he could get to watch the Cowboys. He don't have to do that anymore. He can hang out, watch the game from the sidelines or from the safety position. And a big thing is a good safety really, really helps out your corners. Your corners can take more risk. Your corners can be a little more risking and go for balls that they may not normally go for if they know they've got that safety behind them. So this is a big, big play for me. I know he's not what he used to be. I'm not saying Earl Thomas is what he used to be, but it gives those corners the opportunity to take more risk and more gambles, and that's what we need. That's what we have not had out of our corners. Let me hit the chat box a little bit. Somebody throw me some questions, anything that you have on your mind, or some ideas that you guys think that might get Earl Thomas in here, or a reason why you think he may not come. I don't see a reason. The only thing I see is possibly the 49ers jumping in there and doing something in front of us, or somebody throwing him money that's on right on the edge of turning things around. Is Clinton Dix? No. Sticky fingers. I don't think Clinton Dix is anywhere near Earl Thomas, and they've actually said Cedric Wilson is outplaying Clinton Dix in practices right now. So Clinton Dix has his name and his number out there. He's been a pretty good safety around the league in Green Bay and in New York, but for some reason with the Cowboys it's not clicking. I think Earl Thomas, he's going to allow our corners to play up on the line. He covers a lot of field. That's the biggest thing. I still think right now Earl Thomas probably covers as much field in coverage than any safety in the league. I would pay ET 10 million, $7 million guaranteed, 2-year deal. Trio, that's right around where I think we are. I think that Earl Thomas would take that, even if we just did a 1-year deal. Hey, Tyrann Mathieu did this when he went down to Texas for 1 year. We were looking at Earl Thomas. That's why we didn't have our eye on Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu did a 1-year deal for $4 million with Houston, and he completely balled out, and then went and made his big money with Kansas City and got him his Super Bowl rings. I thought it would have been better to cut Tyrone Crawford instead of restructuring Tyron Smith. I still think they may do something with Tyrone Crawford's contract. We'll see. But the way the Cowboys are playing it right now, it looks like to me, if you're buying a car, guys, let's say this. If you're buying a car, you're not going to run into the dealership with your bag full of money and sit down with the dealer and say, that's the car I want. You're going to play it the way the Cowboys are playing it now. They had a meeting. They looked excited. Then they're going to walk away and say, we don't know. We're pretty happy with what we got. And they may even say, hey, Earl Thomas, we would like to have him. He's too pricey for us. We can't do it right now. And they may not have even asked the price. They're gonna throw that at Earl Thomas, or say we're not interested, so that Earl Thomas says, oh shit, they're not even interested. Hold on, they're not just gonna run in there and set the money on the table and do a deal with Earl Thomas. So it may take a couple days. I don't expect it to take too long, but this scenario is perfect for the Dallas Cowboys right now. It really is. You guys know I don't play favorites. I haven't played favorites with Dak. I did not think Dak would get signed, especially after Andy Dalton was signed. Nothing to do with Andy Dalton being a great quarterback, but DeMarcus Lawrence contract went pretty much as planned. We had a lot of videos about all those things. Byron Scott. That's an old school name right there. But we've had a lot of players come in and out the door, and I really been close on a lot of these contract disputes and contract settlements. The same thing with Ezekiel Elliott. I knew he would not miss a game. We had just picking up Tony Pollard. We're in a good situation with Dak. We don't have to run him the way he had been run previously. Our offense is completely loaded. This is the final step we need. This is the final piece of the puzzle we need to put this really strong Super Bowl run together. Let me check out the sticky fingers. The Cowboys are currently doing homework on Earl Thomas. Yeah, all kind of homework is being done. The only other thing that I think that could disrupt that, beside maybe like the 49ers or a team coming in, because Richard Sherman is there, he may have some kind of ties wanting to go there. I know 100% for a fact. It's evident if you've been keeping track of the Earl Thomas story, he wants to go to Dallas. And the fact that he just tried to go somewhere else when he wanted to go to Dallas last time and it didn't work out, that obviously means he's going to look at Dallas this time much stronger than he did the last time. They should have signed Dak Prescott last offseason before Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Yeah, X Factor, I have a video I put out in April 2019. April 2019, I said give Dak a 10-year deal, $300 million, 200 guaranteed. 200 guaranteed is a lot, but it's a quarterback that you're not going to see get injured. He should be able to play well. He's going to go on into the season to get better. The issues I think Dak has are quarterback issues, which he can improve on. He doesn't need to improve on leadership. He doesn't need to get better as a citizen. He's not going to get in trouble. He's not going to get arrested. He's going to be there every damn week. And if he gets better at throwing the ball and making his reads, he's already, to me, a top 7 quarterback. So those are things that are going to make him improve, get him better. He could even move up further. So Dak Prescott, I was there with you guys. I actually said 300 million, 10-year, 200 million guaranteed. I didn't have a problem with the guaranteed money because Dak is just one of those guys that's going to be there. You're not going to have a problem with that. I got something going on with my mouse down here. Oh, there we go. That's what it was. But that was my deal with Dak. If we would have done that, yeah, that would have freed up some money in the last couple of years. We would have had the deal done. And then you restructure down the road if Dak decides he's not getting paid enough. ET just destroyed his own market value, I believe. Thinks the Jones are like feeding sharks right now. Yeah, bro, I can tell you, they're stepping back and they're reading the situation. They're going to let this unfold, but they're going to move quick because someone could come in and do like Baltimore did, and we didn't even see. Did anyone see Baltimore coming last year? If you guys remember, the Cowboys were discussing it, and all of a sudden it was bang. I mean, like that. The Cowboys. It popped on ESPN and all over the place and Twitter and Instagram or whatever that the Ravens just paid him $15 million a year, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Well, we thought we had a chance at Earl Thomas, but that's how it goes. What do you think about the whole situation with Gerald McCoy? Man, the guy's just a solid man. He really wanted to play for Dallas as well. I think we got some guys in there like Andy Dalton that came for basically nothing. That guy's making $3 million a year, and he had starting quarterback written all over him for about 6 or 7 teams at least this year, and he had 2 or 3 of those teams really interested. So we've got some people see the writing on the wall, and the fact that we've changed our coach. There's a new dynamic coming out here. I really think, guys, this is a good opportunity to get a great player for a decent price, and maybe even get him, for a couple years if we're capable of putting these numbers together. When Earl Thomas was to come here, if he was to come here and hit the Dallas market and change his whole persona as far as commercializing goes, and endorsements. When he sees that, he's not going to want to go anywhere else. He's had the bad taste. He's had Seattle. There's no endorsements up in Seattle. There's no endorsements up in Baltimore. Baltimore's a dirty ass city with ain't shit going on. So he got up there. He didn't like it. You can see his family fell apart. His football didn't go as well, and he wants to move on from that. And coming to the Cowboys is going to give him that opportunity. Yeah, Joseph Cullen, I don't know how long you've been on here. I just mentioned it earlier. A one-year prove-it deal is what Tyrann Mathieu did down in Houston. He got paid $4 million after his injury. He came back the next year after that year in Houston. He left Houston and got $13 million. So, maybe that's what Earl Thomas needs to do. What deal would you offer Earl Thomas? The deal we talked about earlier, someone tossed it on here. Dirty ass Baltimore. Dude, bro, it's nasty in Baltimore, Splat. I mean, there's nowhere to throw anything on the wall there. The walls are already dirty, bro. I would look at, depends on what Earl Thomas, this really depends on what Earl Thomas is looking to get. But in the long term, 3-year deal around 28, 30 million, 27 million. I mean, it depends. When you throw a number at a player, you got to feel out where he is, but I wouldn't go more than $9 million a year. I would try to keep it there. I think what's going to happen is he's going to go a short-term deal, like a 1-year deal, and then try to hit the Cowboys up for some money after that. But I think a 1-year deal, he would go on the cheap. He would go for 6 or 7 million, maybe 8. I don't know. We'll see. But I can tell you, without a doubt in my mind, I know that Earl Thomas wants to be on this Dallas Cowboys squad. And I don't think he's in a position to care about money. Not that he doesn't want money, and not that he couldn't demand it from another team. I think he would prefer to play in Dallas right now. I think he knows he made that mistake last time. He should have took the money that the Cowboys offered him. He probably would have had $2 or $3 million in endorsement money to make up for that $3 million extra that Baltimore gave him. So put Earl on the defense, bro. I'm with you. With him back there, it makes our corners. If you rate our corners as a 7, let's say you rate our corners as a 7 or a 6 in that ballpark, you put Earl Thomas behind them, that elevates them at least 1.5 points to a 7 point, or 8.5, something like that. It completely elevates the play of our corners. They can be more risky. They can take more chances. They can even on tackles, when there's runs on the edge, the corners can be a little more risky on making tackles because Earl Thomas covers so much ground. Not the most amazing tackler, a very good tackler. He causes fumbles. He creates turnovers with interceptions and fumbles. So it's a different dynamic than what we've had before. I am still concerned about his leg injury. He's had that leg injury twice. The broken lower part of his leg. The injury he had last when he broke it, it didn't look like a hard hit. He was actually diving. I'm going to use the remote control. This is the receiver. He was diving across the receiver, and his leg happened to hit the receiver, and it didn't look like there was any way he could even have been injured, and it broke his leg. So that's the one concern I have about him. Cowboys will most likely offer him a 1-year deal to prove he's not a problem in the locker room. Yeah, Cody Johnny, I agree, but I don't really think. You've got to take that into consideration. But playing for the Cowboys for him is completely different. This guy is a die-hard Cowboy fan. He even let it be known to his players before when he played, when he was on the field, when they got out of locker room breaks, and when they finished their games, he flew home to watch the Cowboys play, and he would let them know. Crunk, so what you think? ET is not a bish. Hit me back on that Abish. I'm not following that, Robbie Radford. Not copying. I don't know if it's a typo or my my lingo ain't picking up here. But I want to answer your question for you, bro. That's my only concern, Robert J. with you, that he looks like he's on the edge of everything that's happened in the last year. Dan the Man Cunningham, A-B-ish. Oh, A-B-ish. I got you, bro. Yeah, I do think he is. I think he's having some issues, and that's why I think he fits the Cowboys because he's such. It would be like you. This is what I want to explain. Let's say you're at home and you're having trouble, or you're having trouble at the house, but you love and respect your grandmother so much. When you go to your grandmother's house, you act totally different. That's what I see in the Cowboys, and it's because he's such a huge Cowboy fan. I don't think he would have those issues here. He missed out the last time. If you think about it, he missed out the last time on being with the Cowboys, and I think he realizes that. So on this next turn, if he gets to come into the Cowboys, I don't think he's going to be upset, tarnished, feeling bad, being shitty. He's going to be probably leading that damn locker room into places where we hadn't seen in a while. Crunk, you think Dallas will pick up another TD to replace the gap with McCoy? It's tough to say. I know we have the opportunity to make some moves now. We've got a little money freed up, so we'll see. I would prefer to go with this safety. We've all been wanting a safety for a while. This is going to make. It's just going to fit Earl Thomas really well, regardless of not ET. At least Ryan Logan or Reddish Jones. Depth is always a great thing. Haha isn't cutting it. Yeah, that's what I heard. Stevie Mack as well. Stevie Mack, big cranking in the house. How you doing, my boy? Mac and cheese up in here, boy. Hey, but no, for real. I've heard the same thing about Haha Clinton Dix. And I did look over his contract. If we were to cut him, it's 2.5 hard on the cap. So I think we would retain a little bit, like one, or I don't know how much we would retain, but I don't think we would retain much by cutting him. So it's best to at least leave him as a backup. I would love to bring in Earl Thomas, though, guys. And I think that the big thing is this is the time to do it. Earl Thomas, this is like what is that TV show they have where like the drug dealers, the drug addicts, they have a problem and they bring them into the room and they have their family come in. Somebody pop it off for me. Pop the name of it. It starts with an I. The TV show where they they help the drug addicts. They come in and they have their family there crying and shit. And we want you to. Anyway, that's what it would be. If the Dallas Cowboys bring Earl Thomas in, it would be that kind of situation. He needs someone. Intervention, my boy Dan Blatt. This. Earl Thomas needs an intervention, and if you guys don't believe that the Cowboys are the only team that could do that for him, or definitely one of the teams, he wouldn't even need the family there. If he walked in and shook Jerry Jones' hand, and Jerry Jones handed him a paycheck and handed him a fucking helmet with a star on it, bruh, that's all he wants. I don't know. Maybe if you guys are aware of how big of a Cowboys fan Earl Thomas is, put some ones in the chat. If you're not aware of it, you need to research it. If you're not aware of it, put some twos in the chats. But ones for if you know he's a Cowboy fan, or if you've looked at it and researched it, man, it's amazing the shit that this guy has done. When he was at Seattle, to let them know how much he wanted to play for the Cowboys. It's insane. Oh, Denise in the house. How you doing, girl? All right. Sticky fingers, breaking new Cowboys fan. Breaking new Cowboys sign Earl. No, don't be playing, Earl. Don't be doing this. Are you serious? Let me check my Twitter. I'm telling you, I was going to stay up tonight because I thought it may happen today. Don't do sticky fingers, man. That's just not a joke, bro. I take my stuff serious. I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I'm checking my Twitter right now. If it's on Twitter, it'll be there. Cancel. God damn it. What is this going on? Let me see here, guys. Brian Brodus for the Hills Balance Cowboys on. All I've got is old stuff right now. I don't have anything, man. Y'all better sticky. That shit ain't funny, bro. I've never blocked anybody. I don't play that shit, bro. But if you're joking, hey, man, you got my heart jumping right now. Hey, I'm gonna let that slide. But hey, let's see. I know that there's a lot of discussion, and we'll see. I'm hoping that this gets done. I know for Earl Thomas, it's the most obvious choice. It's a very, very, very simple choice. Sticky fingers ain't said shit since then. Hey, you're all right, bro. You can come back in. If you tell us the truth, say, hey, I was joking, we'll be much happier. But Cowboys for life seems like Stephen Jones is weighing all the options, but it doesn't seem like they are in a rush. Cowboys for life, yeah, I agree with you. They're not gonna. We were talking about that. I don't know if you just jumped in. Um, they're not going to run to the car dealership with a bag load of money and set it down on the desk and pay Earl Thomas. And they're going to sit back. They're going to make sure that this guy's not asking for a quarter of the pie or whatever the hell you want to say, or asking for what he was getting from Baltimore. He's not going to get that now. Don't do that shit, bro. He don't know. Hey man, shoot us a message. Shoot us a message, Sticky Finger. Let us know you're still around, bro. We ain't trying to kick nobody out of here. But no, on the straight up tip, yeah, Stephen Jones, they're going to slow this down. They're not going to run in and just throw money at him, but they will get this done kind of quick. I think it's done because this is where Earl Thomas wants to be. It's where he needs to be. Earl Thomas needs a football and life intervention. He's had the issues with his wife, a couple of them in the last few months. He had some kind of woman that he's messing around with that pulled a gun on him, chasing him around a car and all kind of stuff. And I think all this happened down in Austin. Or it may have happened up there in Baltimore. I don't recall. If anybody recalls, let me know. But I know he does still hang out in Austin quite a bit. He has family there. He has all kinds of college and NFL players down in the Austin area that he likes to hang out and train with. So yeah, his wife chased him, or the girlfriend, one of the two, was chasing him with the car. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on with Earl Thomas in the last year or two. Uh, Stinky Fingers, yeah, yeah, I got you. Okay, your name's not Sticky Fingers no more. It's Stinky Fingers. If you know Dan Blatt and the other guys here on the channel, I give everybody a nickname. So you've earned your nickname, brother. You got to stick with it. I hope you don't mind, but it helps me remember people. And I do like the picture there. I can't tell who that is. Is that Ezekiel Elliott, or it's Deion Sanders' number? But it looks too like husky of a guy to be Deion Sanders. Um, but I appreciate the comment, Sticky Fingers, but I do wish it was true. If we could get a 2-year deal on Earl Thomas, this is the place he needs to be. He's had, I'm going to go back over some of the issues he's had. Matter of fact, I'll look them up real quick here on my other computer. Let me bump a little music. I got the music turned down. Let me look up. We got a phone call, honey? Oh, I thought maybe my sister called or something. Sorry, guys. Let me look up some of the stuff. Earl Thomas. I'm going to look up Earl Thomas troubles here in the last, and we'll go over some of the stuff. It's multiple issues Earl Thomas has had in the last few months, or last year, especially since he left Seattle. Things weren't going well in Seattle either. That had to do with the locker room. That had to do with the Super Bowl they lost. That had to do with a bunch of other things. Him not being happy with some of the offensive play and stuff like that. So and the coaching there, they were so offensive, like pro offense, pro Westbrook. I'm thinking I've been watching me some football, but the quarterback there for Seattle. Everything just seemed to go his way. Whatever he wanted, he got. And the defense was not into that. Yeah, West Coast offense that they were running. Seattle wasn't a good place for him. He went to Baltimore. I just don't think the weather set with him well. I don't think the situation in the playing was there. He's definitely a huge upgrade over HaHa Clinton Dix. I would like to see him and Xavier Woods there, rotating in. Cedric Wilson, who they said Cedric Wilson has been balling. They said Cedric Wilson. I don't know if Stevie Mack, if you're still in here, if you could give any updates on Cedric Wilson. I know he had an interception like on the first day or something. I don't know which quarterback that was against. I just want Earl Thomas bad. I feel like he's going to change our defense immediately for sure. Would like really good with Earl Thomas at free safety, bro. He definitely. The thing is, a free safety like that, Russell Wilson. Thank you, brother. a free safety like that immediately makes your cornerbacks better. Your cornerbacks would immediately be better. You can take more risk. Your linebackers can gamble a little more. They can play a little closer to the line because they know that they've got a safety that can get up if he sees a tight end running a seam route, they know that safety is there to jar that ball loose. They can cover, they can play up a little closer to the line of scrimmage. They can take gambles if they think they see the handoff in the background and they can shoot for it. And you know, if the safety sees the linebacker shoot, usually the safety will cheat up unless he sees one of the X's or a Y receiver, you know, flying down that sideline. He's gonna, you know, at times be able to step up and make some plays. And Donovan Wilson, he's been decent, few picks and breakups, but not ready to start yet. Darian Thompson and Xavier Woods have been the best so far. Yeah, that's who I'm sorry. I was talking about Darian Thompson, not Devon Devon Wilson, Donovan Wilson. But the big thing on this is where Earl Thomas wants to be and where he needs to be. This is like an intervention time for him. He has a lot of stuff going on. It does not benefit him to jump over to another team where he's starting over and doing these same things. He needs to come home. He needs to be in Houston or he needs to be in Dallas. Those are the two places he's going to end up. I just don't see him going anywhere else unless he goes to San Francisco to be there with Richard Sherman. That's a possibility as well. But that's my take on it. That's where I think it's going. When this fell apart, when it fell apart between the Baltimore Ravens and Earl Thomas, I didn't think there was any way they were going to cut him. And when they only gave it about a 24-hour period to see if they could pick him up on a trade or get rid of him on a trade, and it didn't happen, it was pretty damn obvious that he was hitting the market, that the Cowboys would be the first team, jumping up to at least take a look at him. They're doing it right. They had a meeting. They backed off. They're not going to break out and just throw money or go directly to Earl Thomas and sit down and talk. They're going to let this ride out just a little bit, and they may make some statements like, no, Earl Thomas is just not in our price range right now. Even though they haven't talked to him yet, we don't know what the price range is. But for you to go and say, like I mentioned the car thing earlier, if somebody wants to sell you their car and they say, hey, man, you want to buy my car? You say, no, that's too expensive. Well, you don't know what I'm selling it for. We don't know what Earl Thomas is asking for. Maybe he just says, hey, just give me a 1-year deal. Let me get my foot in the door. Let me ball out for 1 year, a 1-year prove-it contract, and then we will, go from there. So we'll see where it goes. I think it's like 95% chance he ends up in Dallas. That's just what I think. I think, and for the most part, not really even because Dallas wants him that bad. I think he wants to be in Dallas more than Dallas wants him. So that's going to cause him to be the one that budges on the market, budges on the price that he comes in at. The writing was on the wall for E.T. He wasn't going to be a starter and probably didn't like it. He knew he had to act up to get out of there. They were very impressed with their safeties there in Baltimore, and that is one of the reasons that when they let him go pretty quick. I think they did it out of respect. They also wanted to make sure Earl Thomas had a chance to get with a team as soon as possible, and that's what they've done. And there will be some teams reach out to him, but I can assure you he wants to be nowhere but Dallas. He made that mistake before. He went somewhere for money. He left Seattle looking for money, and he got it, and he wasn't happy. So now, with all the things he's got going on in his life, the issues with his wife, the family issues, the stuff with all the things that happened in Seattle, he's wanted to be in Dallas since he was 8 years old, and this is the time to do it. Do you think Earl Thomas contract of any of the players like Jamal Adams did? Do you think Earl Thomas contact any of our? I think he's in touch with our players all the time. Those football players tend to, talk and hang out quite a bit on the side. With him being from the Austin area, him being from the Dallas area, he probably, I think, he's already talking to Cowboys. I can assure, I would bet you $1 million that we'll never know this. I would bet you $1 million he has reached out to a few players and told them. I could bet you he's reached out to DeMarcus Lawrence already, without a doubt. That's the way these players sometimes get their foot in the door. They reach out to another player and they say, "Hey, bro, go whisper to coach. Go talk to him, man. Go talk to Mike McCarthy. And see if you can, tell him, hey, I got a special relationship with some of the guys on the team. Bring him in." Of course, that's happened. For 100%. They use their. I do the same thing. I'm wanting. I shouldn't say this. I've got a job here. I'm trying to get a job in Houston, bro. They know. My job knows already. I'm trying to go to Houston. And if I make a phone call down to Houston, they're like, hell yeah, man. As soon as we got a spot open, it's yours. And I've been told that. I've just got to wait for a spot to get open in Houston so I can go. So I probably shouldn't be putting that out on YouTube. But hey, I got 39 people watching in the whole world of 40 billion in the world. I don't know how many people in the world, but definitely none of them's from my office. So let me hit a couple more questions here. Stevie Mack, interesting concept. You might be right again, dude. Stevie Mack's on point, bro. He knows it. And if you study things, if you read and study and read, if you just constantly looking at Twitter and all this stuff, if you're smooth enough and smart enough to put this stuff together, a lot of it adds up. The Dak thing to me added up. You look at everything going on. The Cowboys had opportunities to sign him. They weren't even talking to him. There were no discussions. And then they signed Andy Dalton. Do you think they're going to talk after they signed Andy Dalton? No, they're not going to talk to him. It was kind of over. They're like, let's play him on the franchise tag this year and see what happens. Because you never know. What if he gets hurt? What if Andy Dalton comes in, who hasn't played for a really good team in the last couple of years, but's played for 3 Pro Bowls and won 10 games every season, his first 4 seasons, where he won 11, 10, 10, and 9. He averaged 10 wins his first 4 seasons, had similar win percentage as Dak Prescott. He only wants $3 million. It's not that anybody's better than another one. It's not that I'm saying Andy Dalton's better than Dak or even's comparable. But for $3 million, for $3 million, you could have Andy Dalton, you could have Jamal Adams, you could have Jalen Ramsey, and you could probably pick up a linebacker. You could have all 4 of those guys, and you could let Dak go. But you've got to have a damn quarterback too. So you don't know if Andy Dalton's going to work out. You've got to play. The best thing to do is keep both of those guys, let it play out. If Andy Dalton gets a chance to get on the field, you see what he looks like, and then you decide if you want to re-sign Dak. Dak is my favorite player in the league right now, so I'm not trying to downplay Dak or down-talk Dak. He's not, I'm saying, the best player in the league. He's my favorite player. He's our quarterback. He's the Dallas Cowboy quarterback, and I love him. But you've got to play the numbers. You've got to sign the people, and you got to sign them right, and you got to get good deals on especially your corners and your Pro Bowlers and the guys that are asking for big money. You've got to sign those guys to the right deals, because that's what screws your team when you pay people too much. I'm ready. I'm reading that the Eagles tight end may have a big day today. Jarwin Schultz, 2 big catches. Reading that I don't know why I said Eagles. Good play by the tight end. Stephen Mack all says 60% splat. Stephen Jones is a weird guy with deals, but if ET will play for $6 million or less, I think they sign him. Yeah, I'm willing to go up, Stevie, around 8 on a 1-year deal, but I don't think it'll be that high. I think Earl Thomas wants to play football. He wants to do it without drama, and he wants to play football with a smile on his face. And I don't think there's a damn thing anybody in Dallas that could do to piss him off, because he just wants to be there so bad. He wants to be a damn Dallas Cowboy. I really thought he would almost play for free. When they were doing the deal last year with Baltimore, the problem was last year when they were doing the deal with Baltimore last year, or when he was on the market, there was a lot of other safeties out there. And those safeties were high-end safeties. They were Earl Thomas caliber, Tyrann Matthews, some of the other guys that were on the market last year. And he wanted to get money, I think, more than anything to show that he was on the same caliber as them. And when the Cowboys offered him, what was it last year, or wasn't it like 12 million a year? Um, it I don't think it was a slap in the face. I think he would have taken it if it would have went a couple days. But immediately Baltimore dropped that 15 million on him, and it was done. Stevie Mack again. Stephen Jones always lives to die that 6.5 million mark when it comes to free agent. He won't ever pay above that mark. Um, we'll see. I'm thinking, I'm really right there around that number with you. It could go a little higher, I think maybe, but with the franchise tag going down, not franchise tag, with the salary cap possibly going down next year, they may be looking to do a 1 year deal, and that's about it. But we'll see. I just know for a fact Earl Thomas needs an intervention, and that's what I'm going to change the name of this live stream to. Earl Thomas needs intervention. Cowboys, call him home, and that's where he's going to feel safe and comfortable to play. I think Earl Thomas' wife probably wanted buku bucks. Now she wants to kill him, probably so. I don't know what's going on with their marriage. I did follow him a lot when we were working those deals. I mean, literally, probably at least 20, 30 minutes a day. I was, scanning through his Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, just because I was trying to see if there was any. And there was quite a few pictures popping out with him doing certain things. I can't recall, but letting the Cowboys know he was ready to come here. He made vocal statements about it. He made statements on the news. You guys remember he went into the locker room and all those things. There's been, I appreciate it, man. No, the place is banging, bro. This apartment is slamming. I had a party over here a couple weeks ago, and we had a blast. But we, as far as the Earl Thomas thing goes, ET go home intervention. Hey, there you go. Yeah, that's a good one. ET go home. Dallas Cowboys intervention. I like that. That may be the name of it as well too. ET go home. Dallas Cowboys intervention. Jerry Jones intervention. We have Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones sitting around. That's it's to me, guys. It's inevitable. He's going to end up playing somewhere. The Cowboys are going to throw a little money at him, and I don't see why he won't take it. I don't see where he would want to go anywhere else after the tough year he's had. The last year or two in Seattle was tough. The year in Baltimore, he's had a lot of personal problems. I think it's time for him to settle down, get here in Texas, and hang out. 9:53 p.m. Denise. Yeah, it is. Who's asking me that? I'm sorry. You look like they're. What time is it there? Yes. How'd you know that, man? Are you here as well? Hey, is this Chris from the? Oh, Chris! God damn it, Chris! That's my homeboy right there. He's from here in Bahrain. You fucker, man! I was like, I didn't notice the last name. I read it, but I didn't. A lot of people have these crazy names on here. That's my homeboy Chris. He's a softball player here, best shortstop in Manama. He's the little war daddy, I guess, on the softball field. But yeah, it's going to be an intervention for Earl Thomas. All the personal problems he's got, it's the best thing for him to do is just come back to Dallas, post up at home, and have family around him. I don't think there's an interest in him going to somewhere like Cleveland or somewhere he's just going to be unhappy again. Even if they throw money at him, it's not the right move for him to make, and I think he's smart enough to see that. So. I'm going to end it there, guys. Any quick questions off the wall about the defense? Anything else? Fucking Chris. My bad, guys. You've been killing the stream, bro. No more parties. I know it was. Yeah, I wasn't in too favorable condition or position with Cowgirl Crunk once that party was over. I think there was some people here that weren't supposed to be. We were shooting dice and shit in the corner. I didn't shoot no dice, but at the end of the day, the main question is you have to ask is how does a player fit in the locker room? Said Mike McCarthy. Yeah, Brando, the gaming championship. What's up, bro? Is something we went over kind of the beginning of the video. I just think this is a place he wants to be so bad. He's wanted to be here forever. He's not going to cause issues in the locker room. He's going to be. It's a complete different scenario than him being in Baltimore. He went there for the money. He went to. Yeah, we're not gonna. I don't see him throwing super big money at him. And I don't think he can ask for big money. He can't ask for big money from anybody right now. He's had enough personal issues going on. He's been in the media. He's been in the spotlight. His family's upset with him. His wife's not happy. I don't even know. Previously, he was constantly posting pictures, him and the wife and the kids on Instagram. I haven't seen any of that in a while, so I don't know what's going on with his personal life, but I know it's not what it used to be, and that's part of the situation where some of these teams aren't interested when a player's going through stuff like that. As you know, the Cowboys will take something like that and play it to their advantage. They will take a player and sign him and say, hey, just come in here and prove yourself. Aldon Smith, as you guys know, right now, nobody wanted to touch that guy with a 10-foot pole, and he's getting more praise and more highlights out of training camp and practices right now than anybody on the team. There's guys on the offensive line that say they have never been hit that hard. The guy's just strong. He's a complete beast. Yeah, there's some teams such as we talked about San Francisco because his homeboy is there, and Sherman Richards is there, and that could be something that works out with San Francisco, but I don't think that's probably the only other good fit for him. Maybe Tampa because of the weather. He just needs a place where he can go and relax and be happy again. How's Bella? She mad too, like Cowgirl Crunk? Yeah, no, Bella was all right. She was having a good time. She don't give a damn who's here. But Cowgirl Crunk didn't like some of the females that rolled up in here. Kind of wasn't probably proper to have a bunch of twerking. I don't know. I ain't even gonna say, but it wasn't right. But we won't have no more of those, right? We the hot boys. We're going to stay hot boys. We're going to play our softball, and we're going to represent Manama Bahrain as working war daddies of the U.S. military. Is Randy Gregory ever coming back to play football? Man, I really thought after the Aldon Smith, after we got that deal done, I thought that the NFL would go ahead and he's a Patriots fan. I thought the NFL would go ahead and like basically throw it in our face that we wasted money on Aldon Smith and here's Randy Gregory, you can have him too, because that's what it seems like they seem to do with Jerry Jones at times, is they just seem to play games with him. So I figured after we signed Aldon Smith, they would release Randy Gregory, and we would, he's already on the team, he's already holding a spot, he's already against has money hitting against the cap, I think. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal for them to release him. And now we had the situation with McGregor. We had the situation with the injury this week. We lost a defensive lineman, and so now we're kind of stuck. We do need to do something in that area. I think we have enough to rotate the guys through and keep everything covered. We're the Hot Boys. We're going to support the Patriots. You can call Jerry Jones and tell him we want ET and Dez. Oh, my man, we got somebody selling for Dez. Yeah, I still love my Dez. I think he's probably in better shape than he was when he left us. But it has, he hasn't had time on the field. He had the Achilles and all that, so we'll have to see. Yeah, Randy Gregory, Jerry Jones needs to take it to court. So, hey, that's where I'm going to end it, guys. I really, really think I want to get on here and check this out. Hey, Stinky Fingers, I don't know if you're on here anymore, bro, but don't give me a heart attack like that again, please, my friend. Always welcome here, and we like comments. You had some good questions and all that, but man, you gave me literally almost a heart attack when I saw that they signed a 2-year deals, and that's how it works, guys. It'll pop up all of a sudden, nothing's going down, and bang, it hits Twitter, and you see that there's a deal cut, and Earl Thomas is a Cowboy. So I hope it happens. It looks like to me it's the only place for it to happen. It would be Earl Thomas's choice by far with the issues he's had since he left Seattle. He needs to be at home. We need a Cowboy intervention. We need to step in and intervene in his life and help the guy out because he would be happier. Wouldn't be a problem in the locker room. I think he'd be completely different in the Cowboy locker room. Any locker room he walks into, he's going to hang his head. He walks into the Dallas Cowboy locker room, bro. He would be on a plane in 5 seconds if he could get a deal here. So, hey, man, thank everybody for watching. Straight up Dan Blatt, I appreciate it. Denise Snyder, can I tell us when he signs? Okay, yeah. Let us know when he signs, guys. It's going to happen. I think it's it's evident. There's nothing else that can happen. There's not another way it can go down other than him coming here. I just think there's too many situations where it favors. It really favors Earl Thomas. So, hey, guys. For the show, and I appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments and likes. Like on the video. It gets to the top of the search engine. I'm trying to get the channel going again. We're going to get some things going on here, and I appreciate it. Let's get Earl Thomas signed, baby. Let's get this done. Cowboy Nation in the house.